Hello, kitties. Look at this crap going on out here. It's been snowing out here all freaking day. Take a look at this crap. Oh, man. You know what? Even worse? This ain't even half as thick as what the frickin' news is. And that's coming up next. So, well, semi-live from Winter Wonderland and in Lima. This is Dr. Freedom. Oh, good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for more Doctor News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on some strange level. Rumors are flying like mad. Now, as I said before, there was a source that had come out and basically, tried to say, look, they knew who the next doctor was back in 2013 under the username Kit10. Now, Kit10 has also popped out and said that an alternate doctor had already been picked and that it was a quote-unquote young, attractive female. But also, more things that are coming out is allegedly this series has been written so that a regeneration or something like that. Now, remember, this is rumor, capital letters, 50 foot tall. Or actually, let's make that billboard you can see from the moon. That the series starts with the regeneration. And that it spends that entire time building up, to how it happened. But the problem is, then how do you explain the Christmas special if that's true? Because that's not going to get filmed till way later. And it's like, if you're going to say, okay, he's regenerating the first episode, you're not going to take the whole series and the Christmas special to explain how that happened, really, are you? So keep your eyes and your ears open, but also be cautious. There's lots of crap flying around, especially disinformation. Like I said, you got the dumber, the dimmy, the dim switch, the dipshit. How many different names I've come up for that moron this week. He's got his little Twitter trolls and fake accounts running around now telling people wrongful filming information and locations to try to throw them off. And I'm sorry, but there's no excuse in the world for being a dick. And I love how this guy has such the most bogus reasons other than the fact that he just can't get off his lazy ass, or he or she or whatever he's identifying at right now, to go to the filming damn locations and get the autographs himself. You're not that far away. At least you're on the same island. Look at me. I'm in the middle of Lima, frickin' Ohio. And the closest Peter Capaldi, Michelle Gomez, and all that have been to me is in New York. And that's a good 9-hour hike on the highway. And I just can't do that crap anymore. It's not possible. Okay, let's get right into the real news. Okay, so keep your eyes out. Rumors are flying. There's rumored doctors flying. If I heard Ben Wishaw's name one more time, oh, God, I might commit acts of violence. It could happen. Say Ben Wishaw one more time. I heard. Okay, so a little M. Night Shyamalan moment there. You. Let's get to the news, shall we? Now, first up, okay, Doctor Who Magazine confirmed that episodes 6 and 7 of this series are not co-written. Episode 6 is written by Stephen Moffat, and Episode 7 is written by Peter Harness. All right, another filming thing that's been popping up. All right, get ready for this. Now, this goes on the class run. The public image section of Doctor Who Magazine states that reliance on word-of-mouth publicity and an unsearchable name were problematic for class. Get ready for this. Oh, there's another tweet. Hey, let me bring these up for you because I'm reading these from the files of girly letters, DM tweets, and whatnot. Now, here we go. Get ready for this. Let's zoom this up. Whoa. So what's gone wrong for class? Well, we might question the promotion. BBC One Trails failed to mention the show's Doctor Who connection, which seems peculiar when that's your biggest selling point. So even Doctor Who Magazine's been ragging on class. And the thing is, it was just shit. I'm sorry, I can't lie. I can't sit there and go, it was all lollipops and sunny happy days with fireflies and cake. I can't do it. It was shit. It was badly rewritten Buffy the Vampire Slayer with one scene with Peter Capaldi in the first episode. That was about it. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. Patrick Ness did not live up to the name. Now, I heard he does really good novels and all that. I'm going to give him a shot on that angle. But so right here, and especially we'll get to more of this later. So right there, bam, 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 the class is not doing well. It's not. The numbers on it are not looking good. Now, I'm really hoping, I don't want to see these poor kids out there looking for a job, but at the same time, don't give me shit and call it a spinoff. It's almost bad as that Fear the Walking Dead crap, which ratings dropped through the floor in series 2 because it was such crap. It sucked. It sucked worse than an infinite number of vacuum cleaners trapped in a black hole. And I'm not joking. It really did. And yet it's getting another season. Why? But I hope they're doing well. I hope it works out. But the problem is it would take a massive, massive, massive outpouring of support when it comes out on BBC America next to Doctor Who next year, after Doctor Who. So lots and lots of weird things flying around right now about on that front. Also, Doctor Magazine confirms that what Girly Letters have been saying, which is Friend from the Future, the little mini-sode, is now a scene in quote-unquote A Star in Her Eye, which is the very first episode of Series 10. So keep your eyes out for that. Now let's get to some other stuff. Unless you've been living in a cave, somewhere in the back of some country nobody's ever heard of, in the deepest, darkest of some continent that probably don't even, basically you've been living like Tom Hanks on an island somewhere. Not the real Tom Hanks, the castaway guy. You would have known that, oh, looky, this came out with Missy basically back at her antics. And yes, that confirms something we already knew, that Michelle Gomez is going to be back. This is something, if you guys have been following the news here, we've been telling you. She's already been seen on set, and she's already had to cancel a convention to go back, guess when? In March for filming, which is when they're going to be filming the finale. All right, keep moving. It gets worse, unfortunately. Doctor Who fans fear an agonizing 2-year wait for the new Time Lord's first series, as bosses admit they are not ready to start work yet. This is following the Chib coming out and saying, look, I'm still working on Broadchurch, Series 3. They're in the editing phase and whatnot. And he hasn't even thought about starting Doctor Who yet. Dude, I hope you got somebody cast. I really do. And you better not get, I just picked somebody at random off the Broadchurch show. Oy vey. I've been hearing multiple things on that count. That's why I'm getting a little sick of hearing it. But it always happens every time a doctor says I'm leaving. But apparently they are saying, the shock resignation from the role. And guess what? I've heard more about that. Apparently there's no mention of Peter Capaldi's resignation in this month's Doctor Magazine. And the reason I'm hearing is because he decided on the day that was published. That's when, and then 3 days later, apparently that's when he made the announcement on the BBC radio. If I'm hearing that wrong, please leave a thing in the comment box. But that's what I read somewhere today. So right there, it tells you there was one basic bend over and go, if I'm leaving on my terms. So good for him, good for that, if it is a shocking thing. But I think it is. I don't, as the host of that particular show on BBC Radio 2, was it Julie something? She said she was not expecting that. She was not briefed on that. There was no mention that there was going to be a leaving announcement. So he completely caught her off guard with that. Okay, so if you want to read some of this drivel on the Sun, the Sun, about, as good as scented toilet paper, but also it's popping up in other places, that the rumor is going around that you will not be getting Dr. Who back until the fall of 2018. They had better not be pulling another 1.5 year hiatus the same way they did with frickin' Colin Baker back in the day. After they bent him over, too. You see the trend, first goes 6, then goes 12. You see every 6 doctors are going to bone him over, I guess. That's the only thing to figure out. So, all right, that's all right. Quick reminder, all articles have links, and those links are going to be in the description box if you're not, if you're not a regular on this show. But get ready for more of this shit. According to the Telegraph, falling ratings, typecasting, BBC woes, why did Peter Capaldi quit Doctor Who? The ratings haven't been really falling. Now, actually, only 6.1 million tuned in to watch the live broadcast of the last Christmas special. It was up to close to 8 million, by the way, dipshit, if you'd bother to go back and check the final figures. See right here, the skew towards the consolidated viewing figures for the show tend to be much higher. No, dummy. Nobody watches anything on the regular time hardly anymore. This is the 21st century. Now, they're complaining about the AI. Yeah, it's the lowest scoring AI I remember was Love and Monsters with 76. Just wait, that's going to come into play here in a little bit. So, in recent years, the average AI has been mid-80s. Now, like I said, do you blame the showrunner? Do you blame the writers? the thing is, don't blame the actors. You can't blame the actors. They get still. Even Capaldi recently said, somebody reminded me of this, he did not like the tank scene, even though it's become one of the most epic scenes of this particular era. If not the Zygon inversion speech, is when he comes riding out on the tank playing the guitar. He did not like it. He thought it was total rubbish. But of course, he's an actor. He's got to do the job. He's assigned. So they're saying he'd been ready for a long time. I don't know. I think he was, considering staying, and then something shifted. I don't. All I know is I saw that survey that came out with that last freaking Christmas special, and it was so rigged to say, look, basically say Capaldi sucks so we can fire him. And I think that's what it was. Yeah, you don't play me, you weirdos. I have to live in a Trump presidency. I got to see these things. All right. Well, why Doctor Who won't shake anything up with the next Doctor? And what I think Kyle here is saying, for what I'm getting at, they're going to try to play the safe and narrow path and probably stick with a British white male again. And the problem is, like I said, one of the reasons I do want to see him go female, if they do, and I'm going to say I have no problems with a female doctor. I don't know why everybody's going, oh my God, it's here in the show. I'll refuse to watch it any further if they put a female doctor on. Oh, bullshit. You'll be one of the first ones tuning in, because you're going to want to see the train wreck. And if it turns out it's good, you're never going to admit it, because then you'll have to say, I was wrong. Am I on a bit of a rant here? Yes, because come on, it's the 21st century, people. And besides, who would be dying to see that scene where the doctor looks down and goes, oh, okay, moving on. And here it comes. Class ratings update. Now, this is from last week, and I want to give you a little update on this. All right, episode 7. Came in with initial 0.76 million, blah, 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 0.2. And the last episode came in with 0.26 million. That sucks dog balls. They got beat by Hospital. They got beat by The Chase, a re-air. Now, consolidated ratings get ready for this. This is consolidated ratings for episode 3. Not even 1 million viewers, just barely over 750,000. No, man, that's not good. That's really, really bad. It is. The average channel the channel average for the time slot is nearly 2 million. This didn't even clear 1. And it has a lot to do with the way it was advertised and whatnot. Oh, man. Episode 4, audience. This consolidated, remember. This is not initial. 0.34 million. The average for that time slot is 0.8. This is not good, folks. About 250,000 accessed it on the iPlayer, whereas an additional 0.29 million did the first one. See, the problem is people don't watch regular TV anymore, especially late night TV. But I can't really jump up and down and say, oh, goody, 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 because class really sucked. I'm sorry, it did. After about episode 3, around night visiting, then they went into that 2-parter. And like I said, I really tried to keep praising it. I just couldn't do it anymore. Ugh. Okay, consolidated ratings for episode 5, 0.69 million viewers. AI is 78. Love and Monsters had an AI of 76. Love and Monsters. 0.29 consolidated on episode 6. AI of 79. They're not even breaking into the 80s. And that is not good. So hopefully this thing does really, really well on BBC America. I never wish anybody ill will, because you never know. They could get a series 2. It could get better. I think what they need to do is they need to bring in more writers. I think Patrick Ness kind of lost his way about halfway through the first season, kind of went off the reservation. And at the same time, I really don't want to see it do bad, because there could be more Doctor Who spinoffs, and I really don't want this one to be the excuse of, well, we tried it once and it sucked. Oh, God. Because, you had great spinoffs. Torchwood was pretty good. Sarah Jane Adventures, fantastic. This, no. Ugh. Well, folks, I got to get it running, because this video is running longer than I thought it would do. And like I said, sorry for any excitement or anything like that, but it's just lots and lots of rumors flying around, lots and lots of stuff going on. Hell, lots and lots of frickin' snow flying around. If I remember to edit that little tidbit onto the front of this video, you'll see it's been snowing all frickin' day here and hasn't stopped. I like it. Yesterday was 65 frickin' degrees out, and I was driving the Jag to work. Oh, man. Crazy stuff. Maybe it's the Autons. Maybe it's the Sontarans. Or maybe it's the hemorrhoids. Either way, it's a big pain in the ass. Good night.